Have you ever gone into McDonald's and had them offer to upsize your hamburger? No. They offer to upsize your fries and your drink. Why's that? Because the contribution margin on fries and drinks are so much higher than the margin on hamburgers. That brings us to the topic of sales mix. Sales mix is the proportion of sales revenue represented by each of a company's products. While the examples thus far involve companies with only one product, most companies have more than one product. To illustrate how a change in sales mix can affect a company's CVP relationships, assume that Multi-Product Inc. sells 3 different products. Following are the monthly revenues and costs for each type of product. Total sales are $100,000, which includes $25,000 in sales for product A, $45,000 of product B, and $30,000 of product C. Therefore, the sales mix in sales dollars is 25% product A, 45% product B, and 30% product C. With this sales mix, the average variable cost ratio is 71%, which is determined by dividing total variable costs of $71,000 by total sales of $100,000. Now, if Multi-Product Inc. had fixed costs of $17,400 and desired a target income of $40,000, the necessary sales volume in dollars would be about $198,000. Note that the 0.29 is simply the contribution margin stated as a percentage rather than in dollars. Here we are computing the required sales in dollars rather than in units. Total sales dollars of $197,932 are necessary for Multi-Product Inc. to reach their target profit. However, it's important to note that in order for Multi-Product to actually break even, 25% of those sales must come from product A, 45% from product B, and 30% from product C. Remember, though, that $197,932 in sales will achieve the target income only if the average variable cost and contribution margin ratios, and therefore the sales mix, do not change. In order to better understand this fact, assume that the total sales revenue and the sales price of each product remain the same, but that the sales mix changes as follows. As you can see, the variable cost and contribution margin ratios for each product remain the same, but the sales mix changes. Product A now comprises 50% of total sales instead of 25%. Because product A has a lower contribution margin ratio than products B and C, the average contribution margin ratio decreases from 29% to 26%. Stated another way, the average variable cost ratio increased from 71% to 74%. Now, think about how this change in the sales mix would affect profit and the volume of sales revenue needed to break even. Would you expect the necessary sales volume to increase or decrease? Let's use a more compact formula based on the average contribution margin ratio to calculate the new sales volume. When we run the new CVP calculation, the sales volume needed to generate $40,000 of target income increases to $220,770, computed as follows. As expected, if the contribution margin ratio goes down, the required sales to achieve a target profit goes up. Having the sales mix lean towards a low-margin product results in a higher break-even point. So, when McDonald's offers to upsize your fries, you now know what they're doing. They are pushing a higher-margin product in an effort to lower their break-even point.